And Module 5, using client records. So this module is designed to show you how to use client records to look up someone's summary information, find out where they're up to in their housing journey, where they're up to with supports, and provide that continuity of care for someone. Should take around kind of 10 to 15 minutes, and then kind of 5-10 minutes to kind of use the training sandbox and practice. So probably allow kind of 20-25 minutes to go through this module. So this is the client record. And the by name list splits the client record into tabs which categorize information by function. So within each tab, information is sorted into elements which are labeled in the top left-hand corner. The information in each element is called a field, and a glossary of the by name list fields is found in the by name list glossary. So for the rest of this training, we'll create the client record that you just created at the end of module 4. We'll populate that and we'll start at the client page. And so think of this as the records homepage, where you can find information on consent and enough details to accurately identify the client. So we will go through this in the sandbox shortly. I'll take you through the slides and then we'll go through the sandbox. So the client details, this summary tab is really designed to give you a snapshot of a person, helping you quickly get up to speed with their journey and the current situation. There's 5 kind of key elements. There's that basic information to help identify someone, how to contact and locate them. There's the housing summary, which is a snapshot of key fields from the housing tab and to give you a quick snapshot of where someone's up to in their housing journey. A support summary, and this is kind of so you can identify who someone's lead worker is and kind of any immediate supports they have in place. Engagement tips to help build rapport and possible risks to workers, and then that timeline of updates so you can see over time how someone's journey has been through the system. So when you go through this exercise, just spend a few minutes updating the summary tab with some of that key information. The client details housing tab is designed to give you an overview of a person's housing journey, including their history and future goals. So this tab has 3 key elements: housing goal and status, which gives a snapshot of their housing goal and their status, their housing application, social housing application, which gives you a snapshot of their current application, including any barriers that might prevent them accessing social housing. And then housing history gives you their journey through the housing and homelessness over time. So from this tab, you should be able to get a really clear idea of where someone's up to in their housing journey, any barriers that they're facing, and what you can take, what action you can take now to help them provide that continuity of care and help them exit homelessness quicker. And this support tab. So the support tab is really designed to be a snapshot of a person's support needs, the care networks in place to meet them. So it has 4 key elements: detailed information, so that's additional information to support the creation of a case management plan. The support needs and care team, so that's a list of people identified, a list of someone's support needs, their priority, who's meeting those needs, and the outcome of closed episodes of care. There's some financial information in there, and there's a health summary, so details of health or NDIS workers that are currently supporting the person. There's a survey tab. So this is dependent on whether you will be using the VI-SPID survey, but if you do use it and a person has a completed VI-SPID summary, there'll be the most recent survey will appear on that tab, and it will give you a vulnerability score and category, and also a list of the elements that came up and flags that might be helpful for you in case management. So this is your exercise to come back to and to do for this module. So building on the person that you created in module 4, then the person is in your service and told you they're on the by name list. So navigate to that person's records, and so you can quickly get up to speed, assign yourself as the lead service worker, and then make some changes to the circumstances. If you're working with someone or someone you know is doing training at the same time, then buddy up with them and see if you can kind of look at the record they've created and spend kind of 2 minutes familiarizing yourself and see what you can learn in that 2 minutes. And if you don't have someone to buddy up with, just search another person's name and find a record and use it to kind of familiarize yourself with how to access that record and get up to speed quickly. So I'm going to take you into the training sandbox now and just go through what we've just gone through. So earlier I created a client and allocated myself in module 4 as the lead service provider, a client called Katie. So I'm going to use that record that I created here and go into the client record here. So I went into my clients and clicked on that, but I could also search for Katie up here or search clients here. And then if this is a client that I haven't worked with before, that has come into my service and I'm working with, I could just look at when their consent was done and if there's any restrictions on who they've said can see their by name list information. So I'm going to click through here to access their full client record. So this was a summary page. So this is that basic information so that you can get up to speed with a person, engagement tips up here, housing summary and support summary. So we can kind of go through and update that. I'm in Woolloomooloo today, so I searched that. And that would be part of Sydney Zero project. I can add contact details if I have them. And I can add an email. Can add gender. So you can see that everything is either search or drop down menus. So really easy and quick to update. Engagement tips, I might say, does not answer phone to unknown numbers. Text first. Text first. So the idea is to share things that are going to help others build that trust and engagement with someone. Housing goal, I might say their housing goal is a new social housing tenancy. They're currently on the street. Housing application status, I don't know at the moment, so I might leave that blank. And they don't have a current housing offer. And lead service provider team, I might say St Vincent's in Sydney, Metro case management team. So I can save that and that summary page there is now up to date. This housing tab, anything that you update in here transfers over to this tab and vice versa. So this housing over time will be filled out and will tell you some information on their housing goal, their current status, their social housing application and housing history here. So that you can quickly find out kind of where they're up to in the current process and any barriers that they may be experiencing. Support, again, this information is detailed information, some additional information. This is their support plan and this is some financial information, health summary. So all of this is drop down or add a new domain. So for example, if I'm working with them, I'm working with Katie on a Surly Outreach for Rough Sleepers, and these domains align with the SIMS domains at the moment. So I might say that I am case management, a Surly Outreach, and that it's high priority. It was identified today and it's currently in progress. So what that means is that now when someone else comes along and looks on their support tab, they will see that this person has a need for assertive outreach support. It's in progress with Katie from the Metro case management team at Vinnie's, and it's a high priority. I might add in here that this person has a need for drug and alcohol services, but they're not supportive with someone. It's high priority. and current status is need identified. So identified the need, but it hasn't been met yet. So then the next person that works with them or anyone working in their support need will see, okay, we have this need identified that's high priority for a drug and alcohol services. So at the next case management meeting, we might say, okay, how do we connect this person with a drug and alcohol service so that they have the right supports in place for them to exit homelessness. This is a surveys tab. And like I said, if you've done a survey, this will tell you the vulnerability, the score, and some flags that came out of the survey to help you with case management. But again, that's optional and dependent on if you're using the VISPED app in your community. So essentially, that's the kind of key tabs. That summary tab is around being able to understand in a couple of minutes where someone's up to with their housing and support needs and engagement tips. The housing, where someone's up to in their housing journey and any barriers they face to housing. Support tab, understand what someone's support needs are and who's currently meeting them and where there are gaps so that you can provide that support network around someone. And then if you do that survey, the flags so that you can identify priority areas to focus on in case management. And essentially that's it. You'll see that it's pretty easy to navigate. Most things are drop down and click update and save, and that's a save, and it means that the next person looks now knows that that person is in Parkland or on the streets. So that's it. Go and have a play, do the exercise from Module 5 and essentially see whether you can populate the record that you created in Module 4. If you can, share with someone, and if not, find another record to go and look at and just familiarise yourself with the different tabs, the summary, the housing and the support tabs, and how to read that information and how to update that information.